Yo, 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 what's up, Diamond family? It's your man VB, and welcome back to the VBS Academy. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, I got a really crazy video for you guys today. Today is part two in the Stop Ruining Your Vocal series. Today we're going to talk about all of the compression issues, all the compression mistakes that you're making right now that are keeping your song sounding amateur, unprofessional, and keeping you from getting industry quality vocals at home. All right, so if that sounds like something you need, let's jump right into it. I won't even over talk it. Look, man, we're going to play back the track right now and dive right in. Let's get it.
Fall. Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it. Party like a
Alright, cool. So as you can hear, this vocal's already compressed. I already did that work and it already sounds really good. Let's go without the compression and then we'll dial in and show you exactly what we did and really dive into these issues that are holding you back. So let's play it back.
Fall. Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit.
Alright, bet. So did you hear the first thing? The first problem that you're having and the mistake you're making with your compressor is that you're using your compressor to make your vocals louder. And that's wrong. You notice when I took off all these compressors, my vocals volume didn't change much. It stayed pretty consistent. You could still hear everything that was said. And that is the key to compression. If you start with a very quiet vocal and then you try to compress it, you're not really going to be doing much compression. What you're going to be doing is just adding gain rather than using the compressor for what it was intended to do, which is to compress the signal, to make it more consistent, to reduce the peaks and bring everything up or make everything louder uniformly. So the number one issue, stop using your compressor to make your vocals louder. Just turn your vocals up. Now, we've got a whole series on gain staging and really balancing your vocals and your beat. And if you're struggling with that, check out my free course down below. It's going to change the game for you, teach you to balance out your vocals and your beat perfectly every single time. So check that out. It's completely free down below. Now, we've got step one out of the way, right? Our vocals are loud enough. They stand up to the beat and they're not getting buried. They don't need effects just to make them louder. So what's the second problem, the second mistake that we're making with our compression? And really, it's right here. Notice that I have three separate compressors. The big mistake you're making is that you're trying to use one compressor to do everything, and it's not really what you should be doing. So let's dive into my first compressor. You'll notice that first of all, the attack is pretty fast. 2 milliseconds is a pretty fast attack. The release is also pretty fast. Let's look at what it's doing.
Fall. Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it.
So what this is doing, this fast compressor is really attacking these initial trains, like these super loud parts that just stand out above everything else in the vocal. We're taming those with this first compressor. So we're using this first compressor to just knock down those very first loud peaks. Now the second compressor that we're using is slightly slower. The attack time is much slower. The release time is still just as fast, but this is actually letting those first initial transients come through, the ones that were already controlled, and it's controlling the sound that's right after that. So we get a much smoother sound. So now let's listen to both of these two together.
Fall. Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it.
Cool. So the last compressor that I'm using in this instance is just a super slow compressor that's doing very little compression. We might get 3 dB, but it's holding things together and kind of gluing the vocal all together. So let's add this third one in and hear it all together.
Fall. Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it. Party like a
And as you'll hear, when all these three compressors work together, it gives us that loud, present, clear, and controlled industry quality vocal that we're looking for. We couldn't achieve that sound with just one compressor on its own because there's too many different variables. There's too many jobs that we're trying to do. We want to attack the first initial fast transients. We also want to hold on to these second transients a little bit, and we want to grab these last ones so we can turn them up and keep the whole thing smooth. So we can't really do that with just one tool. But when we use, 3 or more compressors, sometimes you can get it done with 2, whatever it is. But when we use more than one, we get to kind of spread the load. Each compressor doesn't have to work as hard, and it can focus on one specific task that we want it to control. All right. So make sure, for one, that you're not using your compressor to try to make your vocals louder. Make sure, for 2, that you're using multiple compressors. And the third thing that I see people mess up a lot with compression is that they just have their attack time too fast. They don't really understand what these knobs do. So I'm going to bypass our second 2 compressors again. We're going to go into our first compressor and talk about this first tip. So right now we have it at 2 milliseconds of attack time. Let's boost up the threshold and hear what it does to our vocal.
Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it.
Alright, let's bypass this compressor here without that fast compression.
Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it. Party like spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit.
So you hear what's happening here. Now obviously I'm exaggerating, I'm over compressing it, but just so that you can get the gist of it. One, when you have a super fast attack, it starts to make the vocal darker. Since you're controlling the very first transients, that's where a lot of the attack is in the vocal and a lot of the high end. And when you cut that off, you don't really decrease the high end, but you make it appear less present. You make it appear less cutting. The vocal can't cut as much as we want it to. Even after we boost the gain on the way back out, it still doesn't give us the sound that we're looking for. We can hear too much of the compressor, all those kinds of things. So the main thing really to take away from this final point is don't overdo it. Right? So be gentle with your compressor. Don't crank it and try to get 20 dB. Well, do whatever you want to do, honestly. I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. I'm going to tell you guys what you might want to consider. So maybe consider not cranking it to get 20 dB of gain reduction, because it's going to be very obvious. And the goal of compression, along with controlling and making our vocal more tight and compact and solid and together and consistent, the other goal of that is to also do it transparently. We want to do that without hearing the compressor pumping or hearing distortion, any of those things. We don't want to introduce any of those things to our signal. So make sure that you're using your compressor with a little bit of discretion. You're not going super hard with it, because it's going to show and it's going to make you sound amateur, unprofessional, and you won't be having that industry quality sound that you're looking for. All right, so look, man, these are the tips I'm giving you guys week in and week out. If you need a little bit more help, drop me a line down below. My name is BV, and I'm here for you. Stay humble, make diamonds only. Peace.
Spared a couple niggas in my past and getting spared again. Stand on what I said, fuck what you said, cause I ain't hearing shit. Call me biggest op, I'm at the top and I ain't sharing it. Brody spent the Glock, reload them chops and then we clearing it. Party like a rock star, that's all my niggas coming. Bitch, we really block stars. Shorty never go for